Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Monday. How's everybody's day going? How's everybody's week starting off so far? What is going on to the folks in the chat? How we all doing? How we all feeling? What is going on? How's everybody's life going? How's everybody's day going so far? Hopefully you're all having a good day. Shout out to the folks in the chat. Make sure you all hit the like button, hit that sub button. Share this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's continue growing this channel. We're a little over 20 subs away from 2,000, folks. So if there's over 20 people out there watching this right now, if you're not subbed, hit that sub button. Let's get to that 2,000. We're slowly but surely getting there. It would mean a lot to me if we hit that 2,000. But how we all feeling on this Monday? So the Yankees didn't get swept. They were able to win last night's game. Good feeling, yes. It still doesn't take away from the fact that the Red Sox have pretty much whooped the Yankees' butts this season. They've have spanked the Yankees this season in all of these games. The Yankees only have 2 wins so far against the Red Sox, but they're still hanging in there in the standings when it comes to the wild card. They're half a game behind the Red Sox. As I'm looking at the wild card standings right now, yes, they're half a game behind the Red Sox. The Mariners are not that far behind the Yankees. The only thing that's separating the two teams is the Yankees have 1 less loss. So it's a very tight race right now in the AL wild card. And you look at the standings right now in the AL East, the Yankees are 5.5 games behind first place. So, we'll see what the Yankees do in this series against the Nationals. Now, realistically speaking, they should sweep the Nationals. Are they going to sweep the Nationals? We'll see, right? But 2 out of 3 has to be a thing. But a sweep would even be better. But a sweep is necessary. That's all I'm going to say. But again, despite the Yankees winning last night and not getting swept, it's great. To some degree, I'd rather win 1 out of 4 than to lose all 4 games. I hate sweeps as it is, whether it's a 3-game sweep or a 4-game sweep, or even losing a series. I mean, losing series is never fun, but it was great. The Yankees hitting home runs, but this team still has a lot of work to do. There's still games that are going to need to get played, right? There's about 35 games left in the season. So Yankees still have a lot of work to do, no doubt. I still want to see more of the fundamentals being shown on the field. I still want to see patience at the plate. I still want to see, not relying so much on the home run ball. I want to see all these things. I still need to see these things. I'm sure you all feel the same way. But hopefully we see that in these next 35 games. There's 35 games left this season. Now, looking at the month of August, we're approaching the end of August here. They have a 3-game set against the Nationals, and then they travel to Chicago on a 4-game set to play against the White Sox. Both winnable series, both series that I think they should sweep, but we know sometimes how this team can be. But then after that, to start off the month of September, it doesn't necessarily get any easier. I know the Yankees have the 4th easiest schedule remaining out of all the baseball teams, but next month, right? They're going to face the Red Sox again. They're going to face the Astros. They're going to face the Tigers. They're going to face the Blue Jays. So, those are going to be really important games. And unfortunately, the Yankees have not played well against these teams. Will it be different next month? I don't know. I'm right now, confidence is not really super high for me. But these guys need to turn it around. And how they turn it around, it still remains to be seen. But they need to, they need to do the things that I was just talking about. Playing a little bit more small ball, not relying all the time on the home run ball, even though it's great. Just being more patient at the plate, being more fundamentally sound. These things matter. And matter down the line as we're approaching the end of the season. So, we got a little over a month left of baseball as far as regular season goes. But as far as Yankees news goes, Fernando Cruz should be activated tomorrow, right? That was a tweet put out by Gary Phillips. And Aaron Judge is still rehabbing. He's making his progress slowly but surely. No signs of when he's going to take the outfield. Just to give you a little preview, Anthony Volpe is not going to be in the lineup for a second consecutive day in a row. So, I'm sure that's going to put a lot of smiles on people's faces. However, Aaron Boone did say that he still considers Volpe to be the everyday shortstop, and he's going to be playing regularly, which that's going to put a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. I think, yes, Volpe should be getting some playing time, but I think you need to give more of that playing time to guys like Caballero and Rosario. Those two guys need to be seeing the field a lot more often than not. Let's be honest. Volpe he's just not it, man. He's just not it. And, to be benched second day in a row, I mean, that's good. That's something that, honestly, Boone should have done, you could say a month ago, a couple of weeks ago. But, it's a start. But the thing is, though, I don't want him back in the lineup tomorrow either. I don't really want him back in the lineup tomorrow. I don't want him I would say just give him 3 or 4 days off, honestly. Give him a week off. I know some people have mentioned sending him back to the minors to make some improvements at. Maybe that's what's needed. But, I'm glad he's not in the lineup tonight. That's all I'm going to say. And there's also this tweet that was put out. I know our friend Brad just sent it to me, and I did see it on Twitter or X. But Aaron Boone did say this about Volpe this afternoon. He says that he's shown all the signs that he can be a really good offensive player. Consistency is the next wave, and that's what he's working really hard to do, and I'm confident he'll get there. Now, I agree with Boone that, yes, he has shown signs that he could be a good offensive player. I'm not doubting that. We have seen that from Volpe. But the consistency thing, that's been the big issue with Anthony Volpe, right? That's been the biggest problem with Anthony Volpe, is being consistent, because it's too many. It's a wave that he goes on this wave of like playing really well, and then all of a sudden he goes on a 3 or 4 week span of playing just some pretty bad baseball and shows zero production. He's extremely streaky. Do I think he could find that consistency? I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I mean, every time I think, he's turning it around, he resorts back to his old ways. We're in year 3. Man. This isn't his rookie season. This is year 3, and it's just not cutting it for me. I can't speak for everybody else, but it's just not cutting it for me. And I know a lot of the fan base is pretty fed up with him too. And at this point in the season, with 35 games left, got to play your best guys. Put the best guys out there that are going to be productive and they're going to help you win games. Because, the guys that aren't producing shouldn't be playing. That's how I feel about it. But let me know how you all feel. But I've been ranting for 10 minutes, so I appreciate you all letting me rant. Let me say what's up to the chat. Let's see who's in the chat. We got Railbird, first person in the building. How are you? Katie, what's up? Stephen B, what's up? Desiree, always great to see you. What's going on? Hopefully you're okay. Hopefully you're feeling better. Hopefully things are a little bit more settled down for you. How are you there, Desiree? Who else we got in the building? We got Daniel Berry. What is up, dude? How are you? Ryan is in the building. Joseph is in the building. Who else we got? We got Custodio. What's going on there, Custodio? What's going on, my dude? What's going on? We got Petruzzi in the building. What's up? Who else is in the building? Just going down the chat here. The chat's on fire. Oh, Robert Boom. He says like number 16. Let's try to get to 50 likes if we can. Oh, Jake, what's up, man? What's going on, Jake? What's up? Who else we got in the building? Just making sure I say what up to everybody. Celia, what up? Said that this Yankees team is not good enough to win. I don't think they're going to be World Series champs. I never really thought that at all, honestly. Like going into the 2025 season, I said that they would get into the postseason. World Series though was a big question mark for me. We got my man Jesse. Shout out to my guy Jesse. I already got my shots in, man. I already said what I needed to say. I was happy with the win, but not happy with the series. The series sucked for the Yankees. But bro, Jesse, my man, great to see you again. I appreciate you jumping on with me for the pregame. That was a lot of fun, bro. Just wanted to get you on there. You're a cool dude, and just to talk a little Red Sox, man. So I just wanted to get your perspective too. So thanks for popping on. We'll definitely do this again at some point. And we got to get Combat Jones on here, dude. We got to get your boy Combat Jones on here. Who else we got in the building? Owen, how are you? Hi, Owen. First time seeing you in the chat. What's going on? How are you there, Owen? Thanks for joining. Sunil's in the building. What is going on? After these upcoming – wait, what was that comment? After these upcoming series, Yankees will open up on the Sox in the wild card. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. I have no idea. Yeah, Cruz coming back is huge for sure. Jake is saying that the sad thing is that I feel like the team has talent. It's just not working for them for some reason. Yeah, they do have the talent. I'm going to go ahead and just say, in all honesty, what I think is ruining this team, and I'm sure a lot of people have been saying it. I know there's been a lot of fingers at Boone and Cashman and whatnot, but I think there's way too much analytics right now with the Yankees. I really think there's way too much analytics involved, and I don't think the analytics is being used the way it's supposed to be used. But that's a conversation for a bigger day. Do you think the Yankees prioritize feelings over winning? I cannot answer that question. If they do, then that's a problem. But they need to prioritize winning. If this team is serious, they need to prioritize winning. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Pixelman, first time seeing the chat. Thanks for popping in. How are you? Thank you so much. Says the Yankees offense is horrid. They win games 15-2 some days, and they're non-existent others, completely convulsing. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of that Jekyll and Hyde, right? They put up 15 runs one game, and then they only put up 2 the next. That talk about inconsistency at times. Yes, the team does rely too much on the home run ball, and I mentioned that earlier. They need to stop relying so much on the home run ball that you can only rely on that for so long. They need to get back to the fundamentals of playing more of that small ball. And again, that's a problem. Absolutely, Pixelman. What up, Bill O? What's going on? We got Bill O in the building. What's up? It's because they can't hit against good pitchers. Bayo, Crochet, literally. Yeah, I mean, Crochet was, if there was any games for the Yankees to win, honestly, it was supposed to be Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, right? They could have hit against Bayo, but Bayo pitched well. Crochet was the Saturday game was the one I was like, yeah, they'll probably lose this game because it's Crochet, right? Max Fried pitched against Bayo. Fried held his own in that game, right? He did, but it's the bats that didn't show up, and they ended up losing that game 1-0. It was stupid. The bats just couldn't get anything going. But yeah, man. Hey, Cecilia, what's up? I missed your rant. What happened? Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed this morning? Hope you get 50+ likes, and the Yankees must beat the Nats tonight. Yeah, if we get to 50, you know how we do it, folks. If we get to 50 likes, I'll gift a membership. No, I didn't wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Actually, I woke up in a really good mood. I got my training in this morning. I feel great. I ate a little something this afternoon. I'm good. I'm doing really good actually. I'm in a good mood, in a real good mood. So yeah, do they though, Jason? I'm just going down the chat here. What else? Owen says, "Hope New York Yankees win tonight and sweep the." You and me both, man. You and me both. And Billo says he'll do a shot. Of course, him and his shots. They should split, but 4 runs in first 3 games isn't. I think you meant to say isn't acceptable. My bad. I misread it. It's not. It's absolutely not. A split, I understand. I get it because it's the Red Sox, but yeah. Do you think the Yankees can beat good teams in the playoffs? I think they'll go as far as the ALDS, and I could also see them getting eliminated in the wild card. That's how I feel. And 16,000 steps, Beagle, nice. Chicken Marcella and angel hair pasta for lunch. Oh my God, Billo is always making. He's always making good food, man. He's always making us folks hungry in here, bro. You're gonna have to start shipping some of your food there, dude. Nah, you're good there, Steven. Best case, New York wins 2 out of 3. Washington sweeps aren't in Booney's vocabulary. Sure. But they should sweep the Nationals. The Nationals aren't really they're not playing for a postseason spot or anything like that. And Jockey Boy says it's about who's playing good ball and the most hungry come playoff time. My team, I hope they keep their hunger. You know what? That's the thing, man. We've seen it in baseball, right? Where you have a team that nobody expects, right? And they're playing. They're hot in the month of August. They're hot in the month of September. They slide into the wild card. They have that hot streak, and they all of a sudden that team, whatever team that is, right? They start pulling upsets. We saw that last season, for example. We saw that with the Royals, right? We saw that with the Tigers. They got in and they beat the Orioles, right? They beat, and then the Royals beat the Orioles. The Tigers beat the Astros. Nobody expected that, but these things do happen. But if I remember correctly, Jockey Boy, you're a Blue Jays fan, right? So I don't know, man. The Blue Jays, watch out for them. They're killing it. What else we got here? I was just watching that Red Sox documentary on Netflix. I know it's the Red Sox, but I like documentaries in general. And the Yankees were so feared back then, juggernauts. We haven't been into. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. The Yankees have not been that juggernaut of a team, but I think also the mentality of the game has changed so much. I think the mentality of today's players, and to some degree, has changed in a good way, and the managers too. I think the managers now. They're, I think they're a little bit more focused, especially when it comes to the Yankees, man. Opposing teams, whether they're good, mediocre, bad, I mean, they're always making their adjustments. They always make their adjustments. And yeah, the Yankees really, at the same time, though, they're not that juggernaut team. They're not as scary, and they need to get back to that mentality, man. They need to get back to that mentality. So I would love to see it. Well, yeah, baseball is a funny sport. The 2019 Nationals kind of caught everyone off guard, and they did, and they did. They caught everybody way off guard. I mean, did anybody see the Nationals winning the World Series that year? I didn't. Not this guy. I was in the Arena Ballpark the last playoff series we won in 2016. I got you, dude. We haven't. Well, I would argue even before 17, man. I think the last time the Yankees were like that juggernaut team was really was 2000. 2009. Let's be honest, man. It was 2009. So Sunil says, I don't like this. I don't like feeling this down on the Yankees, but I'm not seeing much that encourages me otherwise. Yes, the game is played on the field, but they just, well, I mean, consistency, yes, they have lacked consistency, hence the reason why I was saying I don't see them winning a World Series this year. If I'm being honest, I think they will go as far as the division series. I don't see them going beyond. If they did, great. But if this is the Yankees team that we're seeing, I think the division series is as far as they go, man. But I could also see them getting eliminated in the wild card. You know, again, if we're being realistic. But anyway, folks, let's get into these lineups though. Let's get into these lineups. Well, I mean, I understand, Sunil, that you probably feel that they may not get into the postseason. I feel differently, but if they don't make it to the postseason, guess what? I'm already mentally prepared. And Richard Chin is bringing up here that the 2019 Nationals started 19-31. They would end up finishing 74-38 after that. That's what I'm saying. It's baseball. And I'll add one more to that. And no, did anybody expect the Texas Rangers to win the World Series 2 years ago? I sure didn't. And did we expect the Rangers and Diamondbacks to make it to the World Series? Once again, I sure didn't. Yeah, I think they're going to make it into the postseason. I just don't think they're going to get very far. But anyway, here is the lineup for both teams. So game will be at Yankee Stadium. So Nationals have a 53-77 record. Yankees, they're 70-60. They're 10 games above 500. Starting lineup for the Nationals. Left field, you have Wood leading things off. Shortstop, you have Abrams batting second. Second base, batting third, Garcia. Batting cleanup is Bell. He'll be playing first base. Adams is at the dish. He'll be batting fifth. DeYoung is batting sixth. He'll be playing third base. Cruz is batting seventh. He'll be playing right field. Hassel, the third, will be DH, and he'll be batting eighth. And Young is playing center field. He'll be batting ninth. And Lord is your starting pitcher. 4-6 record, 3.46 ERA. Starting lineup for the New York Yankees. So Trent Grisham leading things off. He'll be playing center field. Ben Rice is batting second. He'll be at the dish. Aaron Judge is batting third. He'll be DHing. Cody Bellinger will be batting cleanup. He'll be playing right field. Jazz Chisholm Jr. will be batting sixth. He'll be playing second base. Paul Goldschmidt is batting Paul Goldschmidt is batting seventh or sixth. He'll be playing first base. Dominguez will be batting seventh. He'll be playing left field. Ryan McMahon batting eighth. He'll be playing third base. And Jose Caballero will be batting ninth. He'll be playing shortstop. Cam Schlittler on the mound. 1-2 record for Cam Schlittler with a 3.22 ERA. I don't know about you folks, but I like the lineup. I'm glad that Volpe's not in it. I'm glad that Wells is not in it. Those guys should not be in the lineup whatsoever. I like the fact that Caballero's in the lineup once again. And I have no issues with the lineup. And Ben Rice should be your everyday catcher. So that's how I feel about it. Well, that's what I'm saying. That was the last time the Yankees were like feared. You know what I mean? That was last year. So Cecilia says we need some dogs on the Yankees. I think 99 is amazing talent, hell of a baseball player, but even keel for me. I understand. Pixelmon says the Yankees need to go back to hitting average mentality. They rely on it, which doesn't always produce runs. High OBP as well. You're hitting the nail on the head, Pixelmon. Yeah, I mean, OPS is a big stat that folks will look at, but I like OPS. But the other things that you just brought up, right? if runners are on, or walk doesn't always create a run, except when the bases are loaded. I always say if the bases are loaded, a walk is just as good as a hit. Get the run in, man. There's other ways. There's other ways of scoring runs besides relying on the long ball. They need more 300 hitters. Sign me up. McMahon has definitely struggled with the offense. I would. There's no doubt. He started off really good, but he's been struggling a little bit. But defensively, I love him at third base. There's no question about it. I am so happy they have him defensively there as a third baseman. Let's see what. Let me know what you all think about this lineup, though. How do you all feel about this lineup? Would you change anything about this lineup? Like I said, when the lineup came out, I was happy. I was happy with it. The fact that Volpe is not playing for a second straight night, and then you also don't have Austin Wells in there. I'm cool with this lineup. I think Caballero needs to play more often than not. I think he's definitely a lot more productive than Anthony Volpe is. But Boone's comments says that Volpe is still going to be playing regularly and he's going to be your everyday shortstop. I'm not so sure that I agree with that statement, but Boone's words, not mine. Well, let me know how you all feel about the lineup. Oh, I already know he said that, Jake. Oh, that's what I was saying. Mark Gates says, I'm starting to think Judge needs Tommy John. I mean, from the sounds of it, right? From the sounds of it, we don't know yet, but from the sounds of it, that could be. Hopefully, it's not the case. Third base, weakest link. Are you talking about offensively or defensively there, Robert? Yeah, well, Judge had a terrible series against the Red Sox. That was a pretty piss poor performance from him, which is too bad, But yeah, he needs to. I mean, he could turn it up in this series, but we need Judge to come through in these big series. Red Sox, Blue Jays, Astros, Tigers. Those are the games that are really, really going to matter. Railbird says lineup looks good. Cecilia is giving this lineup a solid B. She says, now if we kill it, let's keep it more than a day or two. Exactly. I completely agree. Oh, offensively, yeah, his bat is not great for Ryan McMahon. I agree. But I like his glove at third. Defensively, it was an upgrade at third base. And you cannot argue with that at all. But the bat needs a lot of work. It definitely needs a lot of work. But so we got Brad Lord pitching tonight. The guy's last name is Lord. But 4-6 record, 3.46 ERA. All right, Schlittler. Schlittler, I have a good feeling about him tonight. That start against Tampa Bay, folks. Let me take this off the screen. That start against the Rays, what an outing that was. What an outing that was. And here we thought for a minute, man, the Yankees were going to lose that game. But yeah, Schlittler was on point. He had a perfect game going at one point. Of course, I didn't announce it on the live stream when I was calling that game. I didn't want to say nothing, but he was pitching a perfect game. And that would have been pretty amazing if he was able to pitch a perfect game. But unfortunately, it did not happen. But still had a very solid outing. I think he'll have a solid outing once again. Looking at his last outing there against the Rays, just to pull it up, the game log here. He went 6 2/3. He struck out 8, walked 2, gave up 1 hit. So again, he had a perfect game going, man. He had a perfect game going, but unfortunately, just did not pan out. But that's okay. The more important thing is that the Yankees won that game, and that was a game that went into extra innings too. And that almost blew up in the Yankees' face, which would have been terrible, man. I agree, Acevedo. I think Cam is maybe I think he's got a bright future. I think he's definitely got a future for the Yankees. Well, there's a lot of things that Volpe needs to work on, and Cam does have a lot of potential. What up, Robert? We got the other Robert in the building, so we got Robert and Robert Boom. So we got two Roberts. Yeah, there's some guys in the Nationals lineup that I do worry about. That can hit. I mean, the young can hit. Abrams, he's a pretty bright player. Wood is another good one. They got some guys in that lineup that can do work. So let's see how Cam Schlittler does against the Nationals. Obviously, it's his first time going up against the Nationals, and most of the Yankees players, except for Ryan McMahon. Ryan McMahon has only had one at bat against Lord, and everybody else on the team has never faced Brad Lord. So I'm trying to pull up his baseball savant, but I don't know. There wasn't anything I was able to find. Just want to see what kind of pitches he has. Yeah, for some reason, I can't find his baseball savant. Not sure why. Let me see. But anyway, folks. Hey, we got Brooklyn in the house. What's up, Susan? Cam's outing was wasted in Gursley the last time versus Tampa Bay in one sense to describe. Yeah, you got to score more than 3. Just saying, they need to sit a few days. I give him the Nats series on the bench. I mean, yeah, I don't really want. I want him getting. I mean, he's sitting again tonight. I'd rather sit him tomorrow and the next day too. But again, according to Aaron Boone, he's going to play regularly. So watch out. And some of the comments that Boone made about Volpe, I mean, he was right about a couple of things, but he was wrong about other things. I mean, he said that Volpe has shown that he can produce, but sure, he can. But there's no consistency, and I don't know that he's going to find that consistency. I don't see it, unless, again, I'd love to be proven wrong. Did the Yankees hit rookie pitchers? Well, depends on the pitcher. Oh, here we go. I found Brad Lord's baseball savant. All right, I'm good. I just had to make that happen. So let me pull this up on the screen. Susan, I don't know if you know, but Wells and Volpe are both benched. They're not in the lineup there, Susan. That should make you happy. Let's see what we got here for. Yeah, so this is Brad Lord's baseball savant. So, this is a guy that looks like he doesn't have a high K rate. He's got a lot of blues. Does get a lot of ground balls, though. He does get a lot of ground balls. So, looks like that's gonna be his I guess specialty. I don't want to say specialty, but looks like that'll be his focus against the Yankees bats. So, the Yankees should be able to do work against him. It looks like he's got a 4-pitch mix. He's got the fastball, slider, sinker, changeup. So, pretty decent pitch mix. His fastball is right there with other right-handed pitchers as far as average goes, which is at 95. He throws that pitch 92% of the time. He throws his slider 19% of the time. It's just slightly below average. Right-handed pitcher average for sliders, 86.5. He's at 85.5. Sinker just slightly above is at 94.7. His changeup is just slightly below at 86. So looks like there are 4 pitches that he throws. And, obviously, when it comes to the Yankees bats, those secondary pitchers are coming. You're going to see, I know it says the fastball's thrown 52% of the time, but you better believe he's going to throw his other pitches, especially the slider and sinker. He's going to throw those. He's going to pitch those. But but that's your baseball savant for Brad Lord. But yeah, we'll see how the Yankees bats do against him tonight. Volpe needs to go back to his minor league swing and stop with the launch angle experiment. Doesn't work for him. I don't care for launch angle, man. Forget the launch angle. I mean, he's constantly just trying to hit a home run, and it's just like, stop with the home run ball, man. You're not a home run, like you're not Aaron Judge. Just stop with it. Stop that. The best players should only play now, not many games left. Well, that's what I'm saying, Railbird. You got to play your best guys. Stop experimenting. Stop seeing what's going to happen. Like 35 games left. It's not a time to play around. It really isn't. Wells and Volpe can compare notes as to which one was the crappier player. Oh man, who do you think is the crappier player there, Susan? Yeah. Yeah, should have been benched a month ago. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm glad he's benched, but I don't like the fact that that Boone said that he's still going to play regularly. I don't agree with that. Acevedo says, I blame Judge too. I take the whole team to his hitting coach. I mean, yeah, he works. Yeah, it's funny. He's got his own private hitting coach that he works with during the offseason. James Rosen, the current Yankees hitting coach, that was a recommendation from Judge. He got hired because Judge said he wanted him there. So, what record do I see the Yankees finishing with? I could see them. Well, they're at 62 wins. Let me check that record again. 70 wins. Whoa, I'm like way off. I'm sorry. 70 wins, 35 games left. I mean, I predicted that they would end the season with 93 wins. So they're at 70 now. So that means that 35 games, they go 23-12. I could see it happening, but if this is the Yankees team we're looking at, 32 games? I thought it was 35. Am I off? Is my math not mathing? Oh yeah, it is 32 games. So my fault. So 20 more games. So 20-12. So 20-12 maybe. Is that realistic? Because I predicted 93 wins in the beginning of the season. I don't know. Not really. I could see them going 20. I could see them getting 90 wins, but 93, honestly, I don't see it now. And 12 is your prediction. So you got them at 90 wins. I mean, really, I think they'll go 90 wins. Really, I think they could go 90 wins. So, it's funny you bring up Brian Cashman being promoted. So, Brian Cashman, he is general manager. We know he's the general manager. We know that. Yeah, I know, Mr. Obvious. But he's also the senior VP of the Yankees too. So, I mean, perhaps he could step away from his GM role. When I say step away, because his contract is up after 2026, and then maybe he just continues his role as a senior VP for the organization. So that's probably a little bit more realistic, I would say. But then who replaces Brian Cashman? Is there somebody that they have ready to take over his GM duties? That's what that's what I would like to know. But I could see him maybe stepping away from GM duties after 2026 and just continuing to be senior VP. But again, who takes his place? Is it somebody from outside the organization, or is it somebody? Do they have somebody? Are they thinking about somebody that's inside the organization? But I'll worry about that after 2026. So I don't want Fishman. That guy, I'm not a Fishman fan whatsoever. Well, you're talking about Fishman needs to get fired. Yeah, I agree. I'm not a Fishman fan. I never have been. Never have been a Fishman fan. So definitely never been a Fishman fan. Pixelmont says, honestly, A-Rod seems like a great manager. He often works with young players and has a great baseball mind. He's got a great baseball mind. I don't know. I don't think he's going to manage, dude. I really don't. I think he's enjoying life as a broadcaster. I think he's doing fine. I think he'll be a broadcaster. He's not going to be a manager. The one guy, I don't know who's out there. Like, I just realistically speaking, really, without. Yeah, exactly. A-Rod doesn't have time for that. Please, I see where you're coming from, Pixelmon. I mean, for sure. A-Rod's got a good baseball mind, but he's not going to manage. There's no way. That's also true too, Susan. Yeah, Boone was a broadcaster, but the thing is, though, Boone comes from a baseball family. That whole family they're a baseball family. So it's like he has that in his resume. So he grew up in a baseball family. The dad, the father, the brother, right? It was he's from a baseball family, so he's been around it forever. I could tell you, at the time, he wasn't my first choice as a manager. When I don't know who I thought should have taken over. I don't know who should have taken over after Joe Girardi was let go. I don't know who should have taken over, but I didn't have Aaron Boone on my mind. Yadi Molina, maybe. Skip on Willie Randolph. I'm passing on Willie Randolph. Sorry. Skip Schumacher. That's a maybe, but I'm not too sure about him. Realistically speaking, if it was up to me, and if he was not employed, I would have said Terry Francona. Like for me, I 100% would have said Terry Francona. I would have been good with Terry Francona. Like I would have hired him if it was up to me and if he was available. Francona would have been the guy. But the manager discussion we'll discuss that if Aaron Boone is ever let go or if he leaves on his own accord or once his contract is up, whatever the case may be. But that's another conversation for a different day. But anyway, let's get into these predictions. What's up, Dev? How's it going there, dude? Let's talk predictions, people. Let's talk predictions. What do we got for Cam Schlittler tonight? How many innings does he pitch? How many strikeouts? How many walks? How many runs does he give up? What is our stat line for Cam Schlittler? Drop your Cam Schlittler predictions. Acevedo says I get Yachty because he's not far removed from the game. He knows the game and won't take. Well, he has to get hired first. I mean, and if he gets into it with Cashman and if there's a bad relationship there, I can and you could lose your job, but he's got to get hired on by the Yankees first. But to Stephen B's point, I could also see him managing the Cardinals too. But yeah, drop your Cam Schlittler predictions. What do you all got? So Stephen B is saying 6 innings, 1 run, 8 Ks. Yasin is going 7 innings, 2 runs, 8 Ks. Richard Chin is going 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks. Susan's going 6 innings, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, 3 runs. Sunil is going 7 1/3, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 10 Ks, over 96 pitches, shoved for the second straight outing. I'd love to see that. Stephen B says, Yachty be Cardinals manager. I think they're changing philosophy again. Backfield game in Cardinals case. Yeah, I could see Yachty ended up there, though, for sure. I mean, he spent a lot of years there, so that's always that. It makes sense, I wouldn't mind Yachty Molina for the Yankees. That would be cool. I'm not saying that would be a bad choice, but Cardinals seems more likely if he decides he wants to manage. That's a big if. We don't know. But Cam Schlittler, folks. Robert says no hit for 7 innings. Katie's going 6 innings. So a few of you are saying 6, a couple of you are saying 7. One of you saying 7 1/3. I'll say 6 2/3. All right, so just kind of like his last outing, I think 6 2/3. I think he's going to strike out 8. Strike out 8 batters. He's going to walk 2, and I think he'll give up 1 run. Maybe. Well, the bats better show up in a good especially if Schlittler performs well, man. I hate it so much, man. When these starting pitchers go out and they have such a great outing and the bats just don't show up, man. That outing just goes to waste. Goes to absolute waste. Oh, it makes the game garbage. Absolute freaking garbage. Cecilia's going, Cam going 5 1/3, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 3 strikes. Dang, all right. I understand that one. Well, yeah, I could see Cam going 6 2/3. That's going to be my prediction for Cam Schlittler. So 6 2/3, 8 strikeouts, couple of walks. He gives up 1 run. That's what I got for Cam Schlittler. I like what I'm seeing from Cam Schlittler so far. He has shown so much potential. I think in a very short period of time. The dude's hungry. You can tell he wants to be there. He wants to be on the mound. His presence on the mound is known, right? It's obvious, and he's patient. He's very patient. He doesn't have like an aggressive approach, but he's very cool, calm. He's calm. He's very calm, and even in his windup, when he's winding up for his pitches, he's very calm. But once that ball comes out of his hand, man, look out. Look out. Pixelmon says Cam goes 5 innings pitch, 82 pitches. For Leiter, who gives up 4 runs into 6. Oh, man. So Pixelmon already got his prediction. Going with Booney's going to pull him for Leiter. Okay. All right. So we got some of our – Sunil and Fried's. That's one example, man. It's Fried's outing versus Boston was Manning. That pissed me off, man. Like, that got me upset. That was disappointing. And that was an encouraging outing from Fried, when you consider his other outings, because he couldn't get past the 5th inning. But to give you that kind of outing and for the bats to not come through is unacceptable. So let's talk double plays. So how many double plays did the Yankees hit into? So again, the starting pitcher for the Washington Nationals, he does have a high ground ball rate. So how many double plays do you all think the Yankees hit into? And real quick, folks, if you don't mind, make sure you all hit the like button, hit that sub button if you're new. Thank you to the new subscribers. We're a little over 20 subscribers away from 2,000. So I'd love to hit that 2,000 number this week. Susan says 2 double plays. Stephen B says 1 double play. What's up, Jonathan? How are you? Volpe's going to go okay. Pinch hit do for Volpe, 1, okay. Richard Chin says 2, Rice and Grisham. Don't know who, since Volpe and Wells are not in. Well, if you had looking at the lineup there, Susan, who do you think? What are your thoughts? I think, you know what? I think the Yankees will they'll hit into 1 double play. I think they will hit I think they'll hit into 1 double play. That's my prediction. Cecilia's going 0 double plays. What's up, Frederick? Jazz and Grisham. Okay. I can see I can see that. Acevedo is going Judge guaranteed double play for okay. It looks like I got 41 votes in the poll, and 88% of you say that the Yankees do win the opener. We should sweep the Nationals there, Frederick. You're 100% right. They should sweep the Nationals. Are they going to is the question. I don't know. Two out of 3 has got to be a thing, but they should sweep. Yeah, I played a race tonight. I know the Blue Jays, they play – I'm going to look this up, but I know the Red Sox play the Orioles. Yeah, Red Sox and Orioles are about to start here in about less than 10 minutes. The Blue Jays play the... Or are they off today? No, hold on. I thought they were playing today. Oh, they're playing Minnesota. Never mind. They're going to play the Twins. So Boston or Red Sox, Orioles, Twins, Blue Jays, Yankees, Nationals. Yeah, big time, Richard. They have cut down on the double plays. I'll give them that. Yeah, you're right about that, Acevedo. Yes, Lou. Yes, the lineup is out. Lineup is already out. We talked about the lineup. But just to read it off to you there, Lou. For the Yankees, it's Grisham, Rice, Judge, Bellinger, Chisholm, Goldschmidt, Dominguez, McMahon, Caballero. That is your starting lineup for the New York Yankees, and Cam Schlittler's pitching tonight. Volpe's out for a second consecutive game, dude. Yep. Volpe's out. So is Austin Wells. So is Giancarlo Stanton. So none of those guys are in the lineup. All right, let's talk home run. Let's predict home runs here, folks. Home run calls. What do we got for home runs? Big G is not in the lineup, Susan. Big G is not in the lineup. What do we got for home runs? Who's hitting a home run tonight for the Yankees? All right. No, he's not injured, Jacob. He just needs he needs to be benched for bad play. Maybe pinch hitter, Susan. Yeah, you might see him in a pinch hit situation. Lou is going Jazz for home runs. Itchy is saying Volpe stinks, 1 walk in a month and only qualified hitter under 700 OPS. And yeah, I mean that. Yeah, he needs to be benched. So, nah, he's not hurt. But let's get those home run predictions. So yeah, Jazz hit 2 home runs last night. I certainly did not have him or Grisham hitting 2 homers last night. I didn't have him in my home run predictions at all. But let's see. Tonight, home run predictions. Judge is due for one. I'm always going to pick Judge. I'm going to also say Ben Rice. And my sleeper, I'll say Caballero. I'll say Rice, Judge, and Caballero. That's who I got. Rice, Bellinger, Judge. Sleepers, Grisham, Jazz, Dominguez. Cecilio's going Rice and Belly. Yeah, I know Volpe said he was. Volpe is still going to get regular playing time according to Aaron Boone. I don't agree with that. Well, I mean, it was between him and Peraza. You know, they were both competing, and you know, Volpe was better coming out of spring training. Bellinger for a home run. Rice for homer. Wood for them. For the Nationals, I get that. Judge, Belly, and Grisham for Robert. Michael Yoder, what's up? He says Judge, Bellinger, Rice. Oh, you just woke up from a nap? Nice, dude. Naps are good. Better than bad is not good. Yeah, so Judge, Bellinger, Rice for Michael. Any other home run predictions, people? Any other home run predictions? What do we got here, folks? If not, we'll talk score predictions next. Owen says Ben Rice. Okay. So you got Ben Rice. Richard says, I want to see Dominguez home run and Judge, I think, for Nations or Nationals. Wood and the Young. I could see it. Yeah, I could see Wood. I'll say Wood for the Nationals, too. All right. Score predictions, people. What do we got for scores tonight? What is the score? What's everybody's score? Yankees 19 homers ahead of Dodgers. Yeah, I mean they're leading the league in home runs, aren't they? Chicken parm just to celebrate the benching of Volpe and Wells. Isn't today Monday though, Sunil? I thought today was Monday. No meat Monday, remember, right? Lou is going 9-3. Susan's going 5-3. Richard's going 6-4. Michael Yoder, you might have to change your score prediction there, bud. $11-4 from Custodio. And just so you know, folks, according to Aaron Boone, Anthony Volpe is gonna enter tonight's game, quote, in some way, shape, or form. And that Caballero is a, quote, 10th man who will bounce around, getting a lot of run in different spots. So now you're good. 5-4, 5-2 from Cecilia, 6-4, 5-2. I'll say 7-4. I'll say 7-4. I think the Yankees are going to win 7-4 tonight. That's going to be my score prediction, 7-4. Jockey Boy is going 7-1. Yeah, I got 7-4. Yeah. Yeah, Richard. Sunil's going 9-3. Okay. Yeah, I'll say 7-4. I think the Yankees are going to put up 7 runs. And Nationals will put up 4. All right. Now, let's get into everybody's favorite part of the segment of the show. What do we got for food? What's everybody eating? Jockey Boy says chicken schnitzel. Robert said he had barbecue pork ribs with sour cream, mashed potatoes, and a salad. Okay. Yeah, I had a turkey wrap earlier. I just ate rice, beans, tostones, and Dominican steak. Dominican steak? What is Dominican steak? I don't know. I don't know that I'm familiar with Dominican steak. What's in a Dominican steak? I might have had it before. Actually, that does look familiar. Corn salad, spaghetti for you later. On the East Coast, only 4:30 here. Oh, so you're 4:30. Wait, where do you live, Itchy? What is corn salad? Where's corn salad other than corn? Oh, sweet baby. I haven't seen you in a while. What's up? He says 14-2 Yankees continue to All right. Only 4:30. Oh, you're on 4:30? It's 4:30 by me. What state do you live in, bro? Cuz it's 4:30 by where I am. What up, sweet baby? It's been a while. How you been, man? How's life treating you? Let's see how many likes I'm at right now. I'm at 34 likes. I don't know if we'll get 16 more. I'm probably gonna try and close things out here in the next few minutes, so that way we can get that way I can get ready for the game and get ready for the play-by-play. Oh, corn on cob and tossed salad. Okay. Just like the Yankees, up and down. Yeah, like I said, I had a turkey wrap earlier, and then I had some like bananas and blueberries as well. So I feel pretty good. I'm pretty full right now. Not sure what's on the menu for dinner. I usually go to my family's house, and they're always cooking up something good. In Alberta. Oh, okay. So you're up in Canada. Okay. So you and I are in the same time zone there, dude. Because I left New York, not by choice, but I left New York over 20 years ago. So yeah, I've been out here in Colorado. 2 tomatoes fresh from garden, chicken fresh off grill, apple pie. Robert. Yeah, my mother has her garden there. Yeah, growing fresh tomatoes, jalapenos, cucumbers, eggplant. So good, so good. They even had some. Her and the family had some peaches in the backyard too, growing. Those peaches were so good too, man. Cecilia says, I'm so sick of chicken. I make it 3 to 4 times a week. A nice piece of halibut with some asparagus and baked potato would be great. Who's coming to LA to cook? I was going to say I was going to come to LA so you can cook for all of us, but tomato sandwiches on fresh Italian bread. 2 chili dogs and chips from North Carolina vinyl picker. What else is on the menu? Fresh veggies. Yeah, you can't go wrong with fresh veggies. Frederick says you should come to Ohio so I can show you the Guardian Stadium. You know what? I want to do a stadium tour, man. Like, I really want to go to different states for a stadium tour. And Jay Smith is in the building. He says, yo, Chia. Leadoff home run for the Yanks to start the game. I'm calling it. All right. I'm going to hold you to that there, Jay Smith. Pickle beets. Nice, Robert. Yeah, I want to go. I do want to do a baseball tour, though. Like stadium tour. Like, I would love to do something like that. I want to go to PNC Park. I want to go to. All right, sounds good, Cecilia. Oh, we'll be waiting. But I want to go to PNC Park. I do want to go to. I want to go to Fenway. I do want to go to Houston's stadium along with Globe Life Field out there in Arlington. I want to go to Seattle there at T-Mobile Park. Yeah, dude. Yeah. You know, this is a spot where people make some tasty food, right? and hopefully it gives folks ideas of like, okay, well, man, that sounds good. Maybe I should make something like that, or you know. Certainly makes me hungry. I'll say that much. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But I am going to shut it down here, folks. Let's see how many likes I'm at right now. I'm at 35 likes. It's all right. Well, maybe we'll get 50 likes at the pregame. Maybe we'll get 2,000 subs tonight. We'll see what happens. But folks in the chat, I'm going to shut it down here. Thank you all very much for tuning in. As always, you guys and gals are the best. Thank you for tuning into the pregame as always. Can't mention food and skip Texas. Yes, I can. Don't tell me what to do. There's Sunil. Yeah, later too there, sweet baby. Good to see you, man. You should come in more often. But thanks for popping in. Well, folks in the chat, thank you all for coming in to the pregame. I'll see you all for the play-by-play, hopefully. All right, when you all get there, hit that like button. Let's get those likes up. And hit the like for this live stream. All right, hit the like for this live stream if you haven't yet on the way out. Hit that sub button if you're new and you're watching this for the first time. If you're watching this on a rerun, hit that like button and keep sharing this channel out. Let's share this channel out. Let's continue growing this channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you all very much. I'll see you all for the play-by-play. Have a great night, everyone. Have a great Monday night. And as always, let's go Yankees. And we're out.